Hi, Timothy Unger here. In this video, I'm going to create a program in Python that writes to a CSV file. Now, a CSV file is a comma-separated value file, which is used in programs such as Excel and Google Sheets. At the end of this video, I'll open up the Google Sheets with our CSV file that we've created just to show you that it worked. Okay, what I'm going to be writing to the file is going to be students' grades. So we'll write their first name and their grade, just a very simple program just to demonstrate how to write to a CSV file. So if that's interesting to you, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. That'll really help the channel grow and continue to motivate me to make videos like this. Okay, let's get started. All right, so I'm going to import a module called CSV. And the reason being is that that module is going to help us. It's a pre-written bunch of code that's going to help us handle CSV files in Python a lot easier, okay? And I'm going to start off with a variable called user_continue, and I'm going to set that equal to y for yes. Now, the reason why I'm creating this variable is that we're going to be creating a while loop, and I'm going to be asking the user of this program, do they want to enter another grade? And if they say y for yes, then it's going to continue. But if they say no, it's going to stop. Okay. So that's what that variable is about. The next one I'm going to create is student scores, and that's going to be an empty list. Okay. And then I'm going to create one called student list. That also is an empty list. And I'll get more into those in a moment. Okay. So I'll start my while loop. I'll say while user continue double equals y. Well, now we're going to run a bunch of statements, right? And within those statements, I'm going to have another while loop. The reason being is I want to take their grade as an integer. And if they don't enter an integer, I want to throw an exception. Okay, so I'm going to handle this with the while loop. I'm going to start with while true. We're going to try to get first the student name, and that's just going to be a typical input. And I'll say something like enter the name of the student of the next student, something like that. Okay, so that's easy enough. And we also want to take in the student grade, and that we're going to make an integer. So we're going to take this input and we're going to convert it to an integer, and we're going to say what is the grade of the student. Okay, and notice I'm leaving a little space at the end of the prompt, so that's just formatting. Okay, so now what I'm going to take is I'm going to take the student list, the student list, and I'm going to append the student name. And then I'm going to take the student list and append the student grade. So if something happens, if this all works, then we'll just break out of the loop. But if not, we're going to have to handle when the program throws an exception. And if, for instance, they enter in like the letter A here, instead of an integer, it's going to throw an exception called a value error. So we have to accept the value error. And I'm going to print, you must enter an integer, the value for the grade. Okay, and then we're going to continue to the start of the loop. Okay, so they do enter that value. Okay. All right, so now we're out of that shorter while loop into the larger while loop. I'm going to take the student scores and I'm going to append the student list. The reason being is the student list that I just created is going to be a name, comma, a grade. Okay, so we're going to append that. And that's each time we append it, it's going to be another row in the CSV file. Okay. Now, after I've appended that, I want to get rid of the stuff in the student list. So I'm just going to set the student underscore list equal to an empty list again, okay? And there's other ways you can do that, but this is the way I'm going to do it in this program. And then at the end of this while loop, we're going to say user underscore continue equals an input, and then do you want to enter another grade? So we're going to ask the user of this program, you want to enter another grade. And we'll say something like Y for yes, N for no. Okay. And maybe have a question mark and a space there at the end. Now, what I want to do is why I surrounded this in parentheses is I want to allow them to enter an uppercase Y and still have the program work. If they enter anything besides a Y, like if they type yes, then it'll stop. But at least we can have a little bit of handling. If they can type in lowercase y or uppercase y, and it will still continue to run. So I'm going to do the dot lower method. Okay, so if they do enter an uppercase y, it will actually be set to a lowercase y and will continue this larger while loop. Okay, so that ends that while loop. Now I'm going to create a variable called header, and that's like the top row in our CSV file, where I just have name, comma, grade. Okay. All right. After that, I'm going to create a file called grade file, and I'm going to set that equal to a CSV file called student underscore grades.csv. Not writer. We're going to use that in a moment. I do have LP installed on Emacs here, so it's giving me a little suggestion. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say with open. We're going to take the grade file. We're going to write to the grade file. Now, you may want to set this up so you append to the grade file, but I'm just going to write it. And we're going to say new line equals just an empty space, so we don't have the /ns added in. And I'll say as file. And I'm going to say CSV writer equals csv.writer. And we're going to write to the file. And then now I'm going to use this variable CSV writer. I'm going to do CSV writer dot then this method that comes with the CSV write row, and we'll write the header. And then also CSV writer dot write rows, which is another method. And we're going to write the student scores. Okay. That's going to be our program. And let's see, do we have an issue up here? We may have an issue. Yes, we have an issue. My linting is telling me the line is too long. So to fix that, I'm just going to make a escape character here and then bring this down to the next line. Let's save it, and that issue will go away. Okay, so we have no linting issues in terms of styling or errors. Let's now run this program, and we'll write some names to the file. All right, so I'm going to do Alt-X and then run eShell. You want to open a terminal, whatever text editor you're in. We want to list out the files. We have this grading program, or grading underscore program.py. I'm going to type Python 3 and then the name of the program. I can start to type it and hit tab, and that will autocomplete it. Okay, so I'm going to run it, and it's going to say enter the name of the next student. Let's start with my name, Tim. Let's say I got a 99. Did pretty well. Do I want to enter another grade? I'm going to say yes. Okay. Let's start with another student. We'll name the student Brad, and his grade is only going to be a 76. Okay. And then, yes, I want to enter another student. This student's name will be Sarah. What is the grade of this student? She'll get 100. And then we'll enter the name of another student. Just one more. Let's name this one Barbara, and she'll get 93. Okay. Do I want to enter the name of any more students? I'm going to say no. And the program has ended. I'm going to exit out of it, go to my Dear Ed here, and update that. And you'll see we've got the CSV file created. And you see it's not much. That's what a CSV file looks like in a text editor. But let's open this file in Google Sheets. So I'm going to upload the file. And let's see. So I'm going to go to my Linux files. It's in the Python folder, the YouTube one. Let's upload it. And we've got it uploaded as a Google Sheets, or you could do this as an Excel as well. And we're going to open it. And you'll see right here that we've got our name, our grade, the names of the students, and their grades in a Google Sheets file. So that's how you use Python to write to either an Excel file or a Google Sheets file. It's pretty straightforward, but if you have any questions, leave comments in the comments below. I want to thank you for watching, and if you really did like this video, I'm going to ask again that you please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, as it really helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.